What's up, guys? So I wanted to do an update, and this is my first update of the tank and everybody in there. I made another update video, I just never posted it. And so yeah, everybody's doing okay. You can see a lot of them in there. If you look, I have one shrimp right here, and I'm doing this now because I can find her. She is pregnant. Heart, you see, she's got the little dark area under her stomach. It's really hard to tell. See, she's got eggs. Big cluster of them. She's fanning them. They're really dark, and she's one of my more brighter color. Yeah, so clearly you can see those eggs. You know, just a really good. But I have one female. When you look in the picture, all these shrimp were really tiny. I've had 5 deaths, maybe 6, since that video. And so I've moved to another apartment, so the tank is not in a wall like that. And since I can't have that bar above it anymore, I had to get one of these Aqueon lights. But you know, still the same setup. The only thing I did is I took apart one of your traditional one of your traditional filters like this, and I just took the arms off because the intake tube in this hole is perfectly drilled to really allow for a lot of bubbles, because the problem is the agitation from this was not hitting over here and behind here, this tube. So what was happening is, like in beta tanks, those bubbles were building up, and not necessarily a film, but when you see that, it's nitrates in your water are also forming. So that agitation is causing me to go less with water changes. So, and I had to drive from Houston, I live in Texas, all the way an hour somewhere. So I had to unplug my light, drain the water to like right here, and drive with everything in the tank, everybody in the tank, and everybody survived. So I have a mix of Bloody Mary and painted fires in here. So some have stripes, some don't. There she is again. You can still see even here that she's got, like, see the clutch. I swear I saw another one in there, but I think she dropped her eggs. She looked like this one right here, but had a more pronounced red. Like, if you look at my males, they're just really dark. So having that mix between painted fire and fire red is going to give me a higher red count. So like, I've got female here, but they don't have their eggs. And you know, it takes them 3 months to get ready, some of them. And then you know, so, and I like the light, it gives it more of a gallery feel. But yeah, everyone's doing okay. You know, everybody is still growing. The problem is I had like 10 shrimp over here, and they weren't really getting as big as everybody because they weren't able to graze all day on the tank itself. But overall, you know, everything moved around, and it was a real pain to aquascape. So, you know, or keep the scape together. Um, so, but yeah, now that I'm here, I've decided to. They are doing fine. And I haven't had a casualty since I've been here that I know of. Maybe one, so I'm not too sure. But there's at least 6 over here. I don't know how they're getting over, but if you look, the gravel has holes along there, so they probably crawled under. So I have it set as a Matten filter, and this tank's been going for a while now. So I'm sitting at like a 7 GH roughly, and I'd say I'm running a 3 KH. And I raised my TDS from 180 to 200 using KH only distilled water, because it'll give it like a 30 or 40 TDS just from trying to keep it at 2 to 3 KH. And it's brought it close to 200. So I mean, I haven't fed or done any powders since I put fish in here, so they've been living off of everything. My Mobius mat is getting bigger, and I peeled all that Java moss off of it. This was in this tank right here, and I pulled it out, and that Java moss got on it. And see, I had a bunch of equipment, so what I did is I made the same type of thing, just bigger. I used the big filter, I put an intake tube on it, and it's running Matten only. The flow is obviously higher because I made a bigger pipe. All I did with this aquascape is just drag everything over. Took all the lava rocks I had. Let me just turn the light on so you can see better in there. I'm gonna run crystal reds in here, and I have no way to view this tank without, yeah, there you go. So basically all I did was put these rocks here and do this. I don't know if I still have the crystal red video available, but I managed to salvage this tank. So, and if you look, all I've done, you can't really tell, all I've done is put those 2 filters, one on the left, one on the right, and so you can see there's two, and then I ran at the bottom one of those big 40-50 gallon ones. This is the type of foam you see in cases when you get gun cases, camera equipment, and Pelican cases, and it's so dense, and if you look, it's actually usable in a Matten. So don't be scared to use a really dense foam and think just your sump's gonna overflow. And even if it does, it can't come out of the tank, you see. So the only problem with this is because there's gonna be light over here, which I solved the problem over there. You're gonna get algae growth and everything there. All I did was just move the scape and changed it, and it ended up looking good. This was mainly an update for that tank right here, but it's like, I just wanted to show that, you know, I didn't just abandon it. But you can move a tank an hour away, drive down the road for an hour with the water here, and fill it back up again. And all I did is I poured this water in a 5-gallon bucket and then poured it right back in. And I woke up and had a pregnant female from it. So, you know, they're kicking. Just, you know, keep your TDS right and you'll do okay. So, but I just wanted to show that. The problem is I had like 8 crystal reds in here and a pregnant one when I made the video about this, and they're all gone, so they didn't make it. So lesson learned. I'm sitting at a 65 TDS, 0 KH, fluval shrimp stratum, with a 4 GH. And I'm going to start there. I'm going to naturally raise the TDS a little higher by using Glass Garden and MK Ultra Breen, and then I'll lower it just a little bit. And if after about 3 months, I will consider stocking the tank and going from there. They didn't do good in a 6 GH even at 90 TVS. So Crystal Reds are really breed finicky. But so this main video was just to show mainly about this tank and how it's doing, and you know, everything looks like it's going well, and you know, my algae's gone down tremendously in here, and I'd say this tank's pretty stable right now. Like it's always hard to add shrimp because you're changing their GH even if you acclimate them, but I have a rock solid survival rate, and I've already seen, and the problem is when you have new shrimp, they have a chance to drop their eggs if changes happen in the water, if they molt, or if they are a first time breeder. So, you know, these shrimp have been bred to be this way. So, you know, nature is a little bit more reliable when it comes to breeding. But I'll do another update maybe in another few months, or if I start getting babies whenever they hatch. So thanks YouTube, and you know, take it easy.